Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning volatility report. It is I, Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com on a rally Tuesday. We can talk about that rally in about 2 seconds. Market thinks Fed will raise and likes it. That's from yesterday, and we'll see how that's playing out. Also, our Saturday class on interest rates. Okay. Interest rates, how they affect option prices. All of you, check it out. How your longer term trades really are going to fare with a change in interest rates as they start to go up. Okay. And now on that note, let's see what we have. So we have a couple of key things. I guess if we rolled out of our QQQ into the ordinary Qs, I think today would have been a little better for us for our Q position. Anyway, all right, what do we have right now? Let's take first and foremost. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so the thing is, you got a bid for VIX, and why? Market's up, VIX is up, Qs are screaming back. We now have I think, an all-time high in the QQ. Again, 1.2% move is more like 18, 19 VIX. Okay, 20 VIX, right? VIX is 13. So that is helping drag things up. The Q volatility, right, and the NDX, right? So all these products are connected. Okay. The volatility is being dragged up like happened last week because the curve's being pulled up. It's hard for vol to go down. What that is setting up, though, is it's making the vol products jump a little bit. You've got VXX up a little bit. You've got UVXY, all those vol products up, simply because these futures are now lifting. You got the Ds for next week, 13.5. The Jan is 15.5. And also, if we look at VIX-MO, I believe yesterday it was trading 11.5. Now it's up today, 12.22. So you've got vol up because the market's moving, okay? But usually it's moving to the downside. Right now it's exploding to the upside. Okay, that's a big, big difference. So you want to try to create trades that have curvature to the upside now because, again, this vol is still relatively low, even as a percentage of how the realized vol is. So implied vol is still a little cheap. So you want trades that have some movement, some curve in them. Okay? Those are the things that we're going to look today in the chat. Also, with the vol products rising, the higher they go, okay, and we did a little estimate, if they start taking some of this premium out, right, 11.5 I think is probably kind of the lowish. But that starts setting up, prices for VXX like 25, 24 3/4 into the holidays, right? Because you're not just looking at the Fed, you're looking at what happens as we go into Christmas, right? Because we've had a pretty solid rally. At some point, we're not going to get 1% up per day every day, and that's when vol will come in pretty hard. Right? So that's kind of what I think what we have as a setup. TLT is recovering a little bit again, just waiting for some news for tomorrow. In our chat room, though, we're going to set up some vol trades, see how they price to take advantage of whether we should take a shorter-term move in vol or a longer-term move in vol. Our individual equity option trades are mostly just look for the stuff that's still moving, right? Goldman Sachs, we looked at a position in here. I think now the vol should start to settle in here a little bit, so we're going to try to create something around that. You've got a lot of the oil stocks. I think we look at ExxonMobil, still pretty strong. Time spreads vol at very low levels. The drillers, okay, look at the vol in these things. Okay, you've got some realized vol without question. Right? We had that little dippy, right, and that move on OPEC surprise. But look at some of the longer term charts here. Okay, you still have potential for the product to move, but now all of a sudden they're pricing this like it's not going to move, right? Usually that's kind of bullish, stock up, vol, all-time lows. You generally just want to buy calls. So we'll look for call time spreads, things like that. Price of protection here, super cheap, right? Bull market, options level bull market. You just write it and just the protection's relatively cheap. And on you go. I think that's kind of the play. That's what we'll be looking at in our chat room today. That's what we'll be adding to our strategy letter. And with that, all of you have an excellent day. And we will see you, some of you, hopefully, today in our chat room and on Saturday.